How are we doing, everybody? Good morning from Uruguay, from Montevideo. We are at the historical center of the city, which is quite empty. I mean, look at this building, man. I don't get it. So if you read there, it says Ministerio de Trabajo y Seguridad Social. Is this a ministry? It looks like an abandoned building, to be fair. I came here 2 days ago with the sole purpose to catch a game of Peñarol. So I thought to myself, okay, let's visit Uruguay. I mean, it's very close. Like, you go with a boat and a bus from Buenos Aires. Peñarol were playing on Friday, and when I got interested in finding tickets, they were bloody punished. Can you believe that? I mean, they literally played behind closed doors. I mean, I feel like the worst vlogger in the history of YouTube. Look at this building, man. I mean, it's massive. What's interesting about Peñarol is that initially they were formed inspired by the Brits. The Brits, of course, had a major influence in what we now call Uruguay, Argentina, these here parts. Mainly because of the Rio de la Plata. I mean, it was very easy for them to make commerce. So the team that later evolved into Peñarol was at first called Uruguay Railway Cricket Club, which is nice. I mean, I understand it's Sunday, but the levels of emptiness in this place, man, are beyond comprehension. So the British-inspired origins of Peñarol take us to our next subject, because I did manage to get myself a ticket, man, for a football game this afternoon. We will be watching Liverpool Football Club. Can you believe that? You never walk alone. Liverpool Football Club of Montevideo, a team that was established by Uruguayans, however, directly inspired by the city of Liverpool, actually. By the way, this is inspired by the city, by the port city of Liverpool. It has nothing to do with our football club, LFC. It has more to do with the fact that Liverpool was a big commercial port, and the locals were very inspired by the exotic sound of Liverpool Football Club. We have a market. Bloody hell, look at this. So we have Boca. Yeah, you have everything from Argentina and Uruguay. And that is our Liverpool Football Club. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, phones. With all this weaponry, we can invade both Argentina and Brazil. We have Mother Russia there, the South will rise, East Germany, flipping hell. Look at this, man, we have hair. Not a single San Lorenzo shirt, man. Hi, can I have a ticket?
Sí, sale 100 pesos la entrada.
Okay. Just look at this jersey, man. This is phenomenal. 1891. Whoa. Central Uruguay Railway Ltd. Established in London, actually. And the name Peñarol comes from an Italian guy from Piemonte who came here from a village called Pinerolo. Look at them, man. Look at all the Libertadores. They also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small ones and a big one. And an even bigger one. Bloody hell, how many do they have? Look at this shirt, man. This is wild. Excuse me. Do you know why they play without fans?
Hubo un tema cuando el clásico de Uruguay, Nacional y Peñarol,
Sí.
Tiraron bengalas y todo eso y lo sancionaron.
¿Por bengala?
Sí,
Un hincha de Nacional grave.
de Nacional.
A Peñarol se sancionaron por 2 partidos y a Nacional por 3.
Gracias.
No por nada.
Look how big this thing is, man. Also, the thing is open only on Sundays, like today. I have absolutely no idea, man, why it didn't even cross my mind to check if the Peñarol game would be with or without fans. We need to start checking these essentials also. Anyway, another interesting thing is that apparently the Barra Brava of Peñarol are called Amsterdam. I'm not sure why. What did cross my mind, however, was to make the usual stroll around the stadium, but it's far, man, and I had a look on the map. There's nothing there apart from the stadium. So yeah, the museum will do. And we have more important business to attend to. We have Liverpool Football Club, remember. Oh, look at this. Alexandra. Any of you interested in a tarot consultation? Look at this, man. So we have another market and some exquisite dancing. How about all those moves, man? By the way, this market is nowhere near as charming as the one close to Peñarol. And in general, this area looks a little bit more posh than where we were before. I mean, look at this, man. Vlogging setups. The other market, we had everything we needed to invade Brazil and Argentina at the same time. So probably you can't see it from here. I'll try to show it. But so there is a small stadium down there, Defensor Sporting, and there is the sea. I mean, the Rio de la Plata, which essentially have the same color, this violet color. I mean, just look at this color, man. It's insane. In all fairness, Rio de la Plata has the same color everywhere, man. I mean, also in Buenos Aires. And it has mainly to do with the fact that all these rivers end up there, bringing along silt and sediments from all over the continent, basically. Let's see if we can peek inside. Defensor Sporting with a gorgeous skate park. Look at this, Estadio Luis Franzini, probably this guy. There you have it then. Looks good, doesn't it? Small, lovely little cancha. Te esperamos nuevamente. Well, thank you, mate. Thank you very much. It's interesting because La Teja is the neighborhood where our Liverpool Football Club was found. Are these lot enemies, mortal enemies to our LFC, the pesky Defensor Sporting, enemies to our LFC. Liverpool Football Club, by the way, they won the Apertura, so they are champions. I don't know what these lot are. So let's leave this pretty well-maintained suburb and go to La Teja and make our way to the stadium of Liverpool. So, what is the purpose of Uruguay, you might ask? Why does this place even exist? Because if you look at the map, Uruguay is actually a smaller area than, for example, the province of Buenos Aires. And it has a population of 3.5 million, which is a fraction of what Argentina has, or Brazil in the north. Back in 1825, Uruguay declared independence from Brazil with the support of Argentina. This led to a war between the two juggernauts in the north and in the south. And it's basically this right here, the reason for all the fighting between Argentina and Brazil. The control of Rio de la Plata, that is for commercial reasons, of course. To be fair to Uruguay, Montevideo is quite open to the seaman, unlike Buenos Aires, which doesn't really have a beachfront. So Argentina and Brazil fight each other for this here space. The Brits, the omnipresent British Empire, man. I have no words to describe the British man and their need to influence absolutely everything on the world stage. So it was the Brits that broke a truce between the Brazilians and the Argentinians in 1828, which later led to the official recognition of Uruguay as an independent nation, as a buffer state between Brazil and Argentina. Hello. Now, the Brits did succeed in obtaining, after all, the independence of Uruguay, and thus the uninterrupted continuation of commerce. However, the pesky Argentinians and the pesky Brazilians continue to influence this here politics. And it was 34 years after the independence of Uruguay that eventually led to the bloodiest war in the whole of South America, the Paraguayan War, or the Triple Alliance. That, however, will be a subject of a different video. Now, let's go watch Liverpool Football Club, man. ¿Cómo es aquí en Uruguay con la vida política, la economía? Es mejor de Argentina, ¿no?
Es más estable.
Estable, ok.
Más estable. Es una economía un poco más fuerte. Argentina. ¿De dónde viene? O sea, ¿cómo estaba antes de Milei? Habían robado todo. Kirchner, Macri, que fue el último gobierno. La fundieron a la Argentina. La fundieron. Bueno, con este hombre tiene unas ideas medias locas, pero aparentemente va mejorando.
Pero mucha gente no tiene más trabajo
Claro.
por esto.
Y todo esto es
Por aquí.
manzana.
Oh, sí, mira.
Aquí es una de las entradas.
Sí. Look at this, man. En este día y cada día. Campeón eterno. I think probably this one is somebody who passed away, right? Well, it says here, so it says that the national colors of Uruguay, the celeste, was born here, but I don't know why. Unbelievable, man. LFC. Black and blue. This is great, actually. The Anfield Road of Montevideo. Shankly Gate, sort of. Amigo, sorry, do you speak English?
No.
Una pregunta.
Sí.
Esto Liverpool, campeón de apertura, ¿no?
Campeón de la apertura.
Ok, en final de clausura, ¿el primer equipo juega con Liverpool?
Exacto.
Gracias, señor.
Por favor.
Muchas gracias. There is a similar system to Argentina. Also here, they have apertura and clausura. And Liverpool, believe it or not, despite the fact that they are, Club de Barrio, despite this, they actually managed to win the apertura. So now they are waiting to see who will win the clausura, and they will play a final with them. Flipping hell, I'm getting the grip of it. Y otra pregunta, ¿de dónde puedo comprar, por ejemplo, esto?
En la sede, la principal.
¿Estrada principal?
Esta es Carla María Ramírez. La otra principal se llama Agraciada.
Es tienda.
Sí.
Gracias. Let's go find and buy something of Liverpool Football Club of Montevideo. There is a shop indeed down this road, but it's closed. How can it be closed on a game day, man? It should be open now because it's a game day. We will come tomorrow and try to buy something to remember this team for eternity. For all of you interested, this is the name of the stadium, Belvedere, which means nice view. So we will see good things today.
Al panchito y a la burger, que no se salva con nada, se salva con Bacardi.
This is the Uruguay version of the Beatles, man.
Bienvenidos al Estadio Belvedere. Barrio que da al oeste de la bahía y saluda el tren.
So we have a ton more fans coming over. The opponents are called Danubio, which are also from Montevideo, somewhere in the north of the city. and they have their fans in the opposite stand.
Exjugador de la selección uruguaya.
Tu solución, publicidad de audio.
con Bacardi. Es calidad la visión. Todo mejora con Bacardi.
So the thing ended 0-0 and the spectacle was abysmal. But they have this weird rule here in Uruguay. They wait for the visitors to leave the stadium in order for the home fans to only then be able to leave. Weird. And also I asked around what's the thing with Uruguay, the national team, I mean, starting here in this stadium, and it appears that they wore the light blue outfit for the first time in this stadium in 1910. Liverpool Football Club, mate, from Montevideo. To be fair, probably Peñarol would be a better option, but yeah. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Bloody hell, man, this Uruguay vlog is turning into a disaster. Disastro. So, I went and watched Liverpool Football Club play a miserable game against Danubio. And since that moment, I fell sick, man. I mean, I have this horrible flu, which basically kept me in the room being miserable. Is Liverpool Football Club bad for my health, man? Anyway. So today we are leaving Montevideo, unfortunately. I had a couple of targets before coming here, and I can say, not so proudly, that I failed at each and every one of them. The most important one being watching Peñarol play. Today I'm leaving, I will take the bus to go to a place called Colonia, which is across the river from Buenos Aires. But before we do that, I thought I should come here because this is probably one of the most historical monuments in world football. This is the Estadio Centenario of Montevideo. And in front of us is Tribuna Colombes. Tribuna Colombes is one of the popular stands. The other one is on the other side, called Amsterdam. And that one probably gives its name to the Barra Bravo Peñarol, which is called like that, Amsterdam. And for those of you who are curious, no, it doesn't have to do with the policy of Amsterdam regarding drug use. It has to do with the fact that Uruguay actually won the football tournament of the Olympics of Amsterdam in 1928. Look at this shirt, man. Is it blood? Al Gran Bohemio. He was a bohem. Tito Borjas, la afición uruguaya. Clermont, Nemetum. Are these boys French, man? Probably, isn't it? They have a lot of stickers. In 1930, this was the year the stadium was finished, and in 1960 they made improvements. Since then, probably not so much. Look at this, man. So we have a football museum which opens in 10 minutes. Campeón uruguayo, Defensor, unbelievable. They are big. This here's Darwin. Núñez. What do you reckon of our girl here? Headless girl. Nikki. Check it out. Pelé was wearing this. I mean, you have to love all these old shirts, man. Look at this. This is from 1926 Peñarol. And this is from Nacional de Montevideo. It doesn't say what year. All right, finally. Bloody hell, man, the thing is massive. Wow. Check it out, it's huge. So that is Colombes, I think, and that would be Amsterdam. We have a sticker of Stalin and Ultras Amsterdam. My neighbors from Ajax were here. I don't know if you can see this, man. I mean, look at so look at this line. Uruguayans don't believe in straight lines, which is cool. So what do you all think about Estadio Centenario, the centenary stadium of Uruguay? It's not called like this because it's 100 years old. It's called like this because it was built to celebrate the 100 years of Uruguay as a nation, as a new state, you know. Uruguay, however, have managed to win stuff here. I mean, they won the first World Cup, which of course was in 1930, and they also won the Copa America in 1995. The World Cup was against Argentina. Copa America was against Brazil. What a place, isn't it? It's roughly the same age as the Stadio Vestuti that we saw in Salerno. They look different. Anyway, let's go. Bloody hell, I feel very weak. Right then, welcome to Colonia, everybody. So, right in front of me actually is the terminal of the boat. So we are going to take that boat from over there to go to Buenos Aires. It is roughly an hour plus sail. Colonia, the historical center, was built by the Portuguese to basically have a stronghold against the Spanish back in the day. And it's very funny if you look at it from above. I mean, you can clearly see which part of the town was built by the Portuguese, the old part, you know, and which was built by the Spanish later. Today is quite a nice day. When I came here 6 days ago, it was in the middle of a storm. We had buckets of rain. It was horrible. Let's go have a look at that historical center, UNESCO Heritage Historical Center. So look at this, built by the Portuguese, and it was an enclave, and it was a commercial and military enclave. Protagonist of a controversy, of a historical controversy between Spain and Portugal. Controversy is another word for bloody war. Yeah man, controversy. Look at the beauty of this building, man. Calle de los Suspiros. All of them from the 17th century. Flipping hell, they are gorgeous. Another interesting thing that I read online is that Colonia here is building, or has built, I'm not sure if it already happened, a Silicon Valley type of area for young Argentinians who look for a better future. Look at the state of this cannon, man. Interesting. León FC San Pauli, Uruguay. Wow. What are you telling me, man? International Realty. Look at this. Alright, man, let me show you this masterpiece here, because this is the national dish of Uruguay. Chivito. See you in the next one. Bye bye.